Hello everybody, welcome to Cubone. My name is Quentin. I'm planning on putting this on YouTube after, so I apologize in advance for my audio probably sounding like shit. This is gonna be my first real video since the Liberty Falls trailer back in October. This game has been weird, and the other games require a bit more effort put into them to make videos on. Something about this trailer just really caught me. Maybe it's just that we're returning back to the place we had the opening cutscene to Liberty Falls. This is what introduced us to the story of this game properly. I made a whole thing breaking this down in my second most complex video ever, right behind the Terminus breakdown. This is what told us we were really getting Richtofen back, because we knew he was in it, but this let us really see it. And so it was really cool. So we're coming back here. We're gonna get to see that dinosaur, the palm tree, this elevator. We already know how we're gonna get to the bottom of the elevator. Nolan North really gave a 10 out of 10 performance for this incredible cutscene that ended up being a vaguely disappointing map at first because it had nothing to do with this cutscene. I genuinely wonder if they mixed up the cutscenes. It honestly makes some of the story beats in the other maps really weird because the rest of the team is hunting down Richtofen and being like, we need to stop Richtofen. We have no idea what he's up to. And we know he's trapped in the dark ether right now. He was just grabbed by Sam. And we've known that since before the game came out. And nobody's talked about it because none of our characters knew. So it was really weird for us to know it, nobody in the game to know. But now we have an actual trailer for this map where we're coming back and we're finally catching up on that cinematic. Just running through this, we have our opening area. This is where the map is going to be starting. We know that because this is in-engine footage. We have a map in the background on the wall over there, which does make this seem like it's going to be a fairly small map, which is a bit disappointing again, because we had Terminus, which was one of the biggest maps we ever had, then Citadel des Morts, which was a pretty decent-sized map, and then the Tomb, which was 2 rooms and a paperclip. And it looks like this map's going to be very similar. But this view of the outside, this map is very similar to one of the multiplayer maps, which is based on a campaign map, and not even in a bad way. It's just they're both mansions. And that, if you saw my playthrough of the campaign, which I recommend, it was a lot of fun, and it's 7-8 hours long tops. The house, I did an entire stream of just exploring the house because there was a bunch of secrets to explore in there. If this map has a third of that as side content, I think that'd be pretty okay. I don't get why there are palm trees in this opening area. The dinosaur is dope as shit. Great set piece. I don't get the palm tree. I just have this... Everybody seems to agree that dinosaur is absolutely going to be used for something. Some people are saying traps. Some people are saying it's going to be part of the main Easter egg. I even saw Milo say that... that is Mr. Waffle Waffles. Say we're gonna take the Sam AI and somehow upload it to the dinosaur, and that would be interesting. That would be interesting. There's no fucking way that's what's happening. I do very much doubt it's going to be a trap as well, because there's nowhere for the trap to be accessed. There's this little fuse box over here, but that seems to connect to this door, which probably has some of those guardians behind it. So that's what I would expect that to be used for. The dinosaur, as far as I can tell, just is a set piece, which means it's definitely going to be used for the Easter egg, because we said that for Citadel des Morts and he ended up being the boss fight. I'm very confident this is the exact same thing. This is the fucking dinosaur is gonna be the boss fight. What they're probably gonna do, this would be so stupid, because here's the thing, not to break the immersion for anybody that might be watching, dinosaur fossils in museums are not the actual fossils. For one, fossils aren't even bones. They're rocks that basically just imprinted on the bones. They turned the bones into minerals. They're rocks. They just still retain the basic structure of the bones so we can learn from them. But these aren't even that. The things you see in museums are generally plaster recreations of these fossils. So this is not the real bones. I guarantee, there's your little educational fact from Cubone today. However, I am fully confident that they're gonna do some shit where Element 115, because that's what it's called again, even though it should still be Aetherium, and they've called it Aetherium in the game, but repeatedly they've also referred to it as 115 in the marketing and stuff. So it's still 115. Point is, the 115 shit, Ethereum, whatever you want to call it, is gonna reanimate this dinosaur and, like, turn it into a zombie sword. What's really interesting, these could be the same room, and they probably are, but we'll start with this angle. There are children's toys in here. There are a lot of children's toys in here. And then I think it's this next shot here. Yeah, so there we have a teddy bear and a tea set with more toys in a different room over there. This room that is very clearly a child's bedroom. Why are there children in this house? Like, sure, they took over the mansion to use as a base of operations, but these things are just lying around. They're not, like, they just left them on the floor. There are kids here. There were kids here. I don't know if that's going to come into play in the map itself. It could just be an aesthetic choice. Maybe it's hinting. Some people have said Richtofen might have a daughter, because there are a lot of things like tea sets, dolls that are traditionally associated with girls. We know Richtofen's wife and son died, but maybe now he has a daughter. Maybe he already had a daughter and we just haven't seen her and she, survived. That feels a little less likely for some reason. Or maybe he just had a kid since then. It's been like 30 years. Maybe like 20. I don't know. I need to brush up on my lore. This room, for whatever reason, is giving me big vibes from Dead of the Night. The map from Black Ops 4 that was also a giant mansion that you had to explore. And it had a lot of, like, Clue-esque elements where you had to, like, literally you had to bash a bookshelf with your shield at one point and the bookshelf would slide away and reveal a hidden panel. I really, really hope that this map delivers on that same kind of feeling. Just give us hidden compartments and shit. It's a mansion. I don't care if it was also used as a military base of operations. I want hidden compartments and shit. This is the same room from a different angle. Same kind of thing. It looks like this might be a dead end, but it seems like we have a bunch of servers and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if we have to play some kind of Simon Says step up here. We haven't seen one of those in a hot minute. But here we have our first look at one of the new traps, as well as Stamina up in the background there. They're effectively the Guardians from Black Ops 2. Actually, I think they're in most Black Ops multiplayers. They just send out microwaves. See, everybody knows that I mean the waves themselves, but my brain just conjured up an image of a turret firing out microwave ovens. Anyway, new perk. Double tap has returned. I am very curious if this is an animatronic or an actual zombie manning this. I don't know what would be funnier, but it is probably an animatronic. But as we all know, cowboys can't shoot slow or they'll end up below. So obviously, this guy didn't shoot fast enough. This is arguably the best perk machine design we've ever seen. I was a big fan of Vulture Raid, of Mule Kick. A lot of the early Cold War perks were just mild redesigns of their previous forms. But when we started getting to the DLC, we started getting some more interesting perk machines. Death Perception, like I said, Mule Kick. I even like Speed Cola's new design quite a bit. The one from Cold War. But this one is probably the best. Just the saloon door slamming open and the zombie just firing around you. I love that so much. I can't tell if this is a new gun, even if it is. The guns in BO6 do tend to feel a bit samey, so I'm not sure how much I would care. So we have that elevator that Richtofen was trapped in, and from what I see, they don't seem to activate it at all. It just comes up on its own, which could make sense if Sam is taking control of the facility. I kind of wish that weren't in the trailer, because it would be really fun for a first-time playthrough of the map to go to the elevator, it rises up, and we're like, haha, we're gonna go find Sam, and then zombies bust out of it. That'd be very scary. They did a good job with that on Citadel Day More. It would have been fun here. But now we know it's coming, so it's not as interesting. Then the elevator falls down, and we zipline down to it. The reason this is important is because we know that in that elevator is the Wunderwaffe. So we are gonna need to either there's just multiple Wunderwaffes here, which would be kind of sad, or the quest to get it is going to involve pulling that elevator back up. And then, of course, Sam with the wrong voice actor. I'm still 1,000. This reinforces my belief that Sam is Sam. The Sam AI is not just an AI. It is Samantha Maxis. And I was kind of falling off on that because the hints were disappearing. Partially because the new voice actress gave new takes on a lot of the lines, and they felt less suspicious. And I don't know if that was a direction issue or if that was meant to indicate that Sam is the AI and not Samantha Maxis. However, we know from the ending of the Liberty Falls trailer that this is Sam. This is Samantha Maxis, but it's reacting to this group like the Sam AI. So that says to me that there is no other way this could be except this is Sam. This is Samantha Maxis. And I was right from the beginning, as usual. Return of a few things back to back here. I was looking away and forgot to pause it. The Raygun Mark II has returned once again. Raygun Mark II has been in every single Black Ops Zombies since Black Ops 2. Except for Cold War. Cold War doesn't count. The Cold War had 2 ray weapons anyway. So Cold War is the only one that didn't have the Raygun Mark II. Modern Warfare Zombies doesn't count, even though it is same storyline. It's not a Black Ops. Don't understand why anybody is surprised that it's here. It is one of the fan favorite wonder weapons. It was always super popular from the moment it appeared in Barry. It has not only come back in 3 separate games before this, I guess in 2 separate games and then this, but it's been redesigned before to like have elemental variants. We've heard that there are going to be elemental variants of the weapon in this map. The Plague Zombies are back. They look almost identical to the ones in Black Ops 4 on the Chaos maps that just had like this brain rot element applied to them. So people are saying parasites are back. They're probably going to be the main thing. I think it's going to be those guys. They're going to be the max ammo round. Here's an interesting thing. The Wonderwaff with a Pack-a-Punch camo applied to it. So we're not upgrading the Wonderwaff through a quest. We're Pack-a-Punching it. That's not that surprising. We've always, every single time any variation of the Wonderwaff has appeared, we've Pack-a-Punched it. We've never upgraded it elsewise. But that says to me, if the rumors of an elemental wonder weapon are true, it's gonna be the ray gun again, because it can't be the Wonderwaff. Because you can just, I guess it still could be. We've had, like, the Blundergat had elemental variants and could be Pack-a-Punch. But given how the wonder weapons are kind of overpowered in this game already, which I appreciate, please, Treyarch, do not change that. I kind of doubt they'd let us do that. We have our new Gobblegum as well here. On here, we have the Mutant Injector and what looks like a Mangler Cannon. So what people are saying, and what seems most likely to me, given he immediately gets a Mangler Cannon, this will be a Gobblegum that will give you a random score streak. That makes sense. It's odd, probably not very useful, but Gobblegums in this game aren't very useful in general, so... And then, of course, our new elite enemy, the Disciple of the Order. Back in Black Ops 4, the Order were the people that were trying to use the Sentinel artifact. They've reappeared in this game as an ancient order of people trying to control the Sentinel artifact, and this is one of them. He has all the talismans and stuff. Interestingly, he has the symbols from the Chaos maps floating around him, not the symbols from Modern Warfare Zombies and from this game. They're separate. And then, of course, before the trailer ends, we do have the Death Machine returning. A score streak, almost certainly a score streak, as opposed to a power-up like it was before Black Ops Cold War. So that's what we're looking at with the Shattered Veil. It's going to be a fairly small map, it looks like. It's going to have a lot of returning features, and literally the only thing I need it to do is progress the story. The Tomb was such a massive disappointment because it didn't do anything. The gameplay on the Tomb was very fun. The ice staff was fun to use. It has a fun and simple Easter egg that can be done in like 40 minutes. It feels like a filler map. I've kind of come to realize since its release that that's the point. The problem is that it reintroduces the Sentinel artifact, the MacGuffin that we were chasing. It's kind of important because now we have it and none of the characters even said a word about it. They literally were muted while Sam was like, now we're gonna return to the mansion and I'll exposit all over your faces. And for a map that was very clearly filler, now we have a map that is going to be super important because Richtofen is back. Sam is front and center. I don't know. It feels super important. If it's another filler map like the Tomb was, I think this game's done. The game already has been falling off and taking a lot of criticism, but it's not that weird because we are currently in the period where every Call of Duty game starts getting those people going, this game's actually ass, it's dead, nobody likes it. It just feels more pronounced for Black Ops 6 because this was supposed to be Treyarch's big return, and its life cycle is playing out very similar to every other COD game. We are only in March. By this point, for any other game, we would have had maybe one map release in like February, and we are about to get our third map next week, meaning we're probably looking at another 3 for the entire season. Hell, we could be looking at 4 more. That's big. That's a lot of maps. It just seems like, unfortunately, they're going for, what's the word? Quality, quantity. They're going for quantity over quality. Part of that, again, is not their fault. I will not blame Treyarch for this. I never will. It's fucking Activision's fault. Anyway, with that rant out of the way, there was a blog post that came out. I originally recorded that back on the 27th. It is now the it's still the 31st of March. So 4 days later, we got a blog post going over all of the new things to expect from Season 3. I really only care about the zombie stuff. So, most importantly, some stuff about the map itself. First of all, they repeatedly say within this blog post that Sam is the AI, this aid of Sam's synthetic mind. So that maybe it is possible that Sam isn't actually Samantha. I guess we'll see. Regardless, we got an official name for the map. Obviously, the name of the map is the Shattered Vale, but the mansion is called Colton Hall. And confront a tyrant in the next chapter of the Black Ops 6 Zombies narrative. Confront a tyrant. Now that word may seem a little random, like I wouldn't exactly call Richtofen a tyrant. I wouldn't even call Sam a tyrant unless she's taken over the Dark Ether and rules with an iron fist. For all we know, that's entirely possible. No, when I hear tyrant, I think of the most famous creature to hold that name, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Literally the tyrant lizard, the lizard king. That all but confirms we are absolutely going to be fighting that dinosaur. There's no reason to believe we wouldn't, but we officially are. So we're taking the Sentinel artifact halfway around the globe, according to Sergey. I don't know, to Ravenoff, that was weird. I don't know exactly how we are getting fuel. Like, Raptor 1 has to be getting fuel from somewhere, and I have no idea where. But it's fine. First thing of importance here is a statement that I made earlier in the video about it seeming to be kind of a small map. On here it says it rivals the size of Citadel de Mor, which is good because I thought that was a decently sized map. It wasn't the biggest, but I thought it was fine. So that presumably includes the mansion and the underground lab, which is acceptable. If it's a decent size, that's great, but it needs to have some shit hidden in it. Unfortunately, Citadel de Mor, despite all of the main quest stuff you have to do to get the swords and everything, kind of packing up the map, there's not a lot of side stuff to do. There's the quest with Maya to kill Franco? Yeah, that's his name. And that's about it. Venture into the misladen grounds, blah, 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 searching the conservatory for blank, the scene of fierce fighting at the Grand Foyer. Lots of stuff. I'm still very confident we're going to fight that T-Rex. We have an official name for these guys. I called them the Order Disciples, Disciples of the Order, but officially they are Elder Disciples. Powerful enemies likely spell trouble. They work exactly like we expect Disciples to work. And then, of course, we have the Toxic Zombie, which are, of course, the Black Ops 4 poison zombies. They work exactly the same. And a very wonderful confirmation that they are the max ammo rounds rather than parasites again. Admittedly, this would have been the map to bring dogs back. We like dogs. We like them for reasons. It would have been nice. I feel like they should at least be crawlers. We could have gotten that Kino vibe with Nova crawlers, so that could have been fun. But it's okay, I suppose. They're still fun designs. And we have confirmation, as I said in the video, yes, the Raygun Mark II is the one with variants. There's not the picture on here, but there is a picture somewhere of all of the different ray gun variants. I've seen it on thumbnails already. What we are getting is the Ray Gun Mark II W, P, and R. The W is a submachine gun with a random chance to ignite enemies. The P shoots ammunition like a shotgun and can spawn a sigil with the ability to grant invulnerability to the player standing on it. So it kind of works like Vulture in that way, but it makes you invulnerable instead of... And then the R, dropping zombies with a marksman rifle-like discharge, expect a chance to spread a plague infection that can inflict area of effect damage. For a moment, I was going to say, oh, maybe the R stands for rifle. What does the P stand for? Pot gun? Certainly not pistol. W is not even close. It goes whir, because that's the sound the gun makes. And then, of course, the Wunderwaffe DG2, or the Wonder Waffle, has made its official return once again. And... it's fine. It's a faithful recreation of the weapon. It works great based on all the footage we've seen. I'm gonna enjoy using it. It is interesting. Every other map has had one wonder weapon, or in Citadel de Moor's case, 4 elemental wonder weapons. This one, technically, has 3 elementals and then 1 regular, meaning you can just have wonder weapons in your loadout for the first time this game. New skin for Carver. I wouldn't really bother bringing it up because I don't care about the skins, but this is the Pentagon Thief. Why is Carver the Pentagon Thief? Out of all of them, he's the weirdest one to give it to. If we had gotten, oh shit, what's his name? If we had gotten Strauss as an operator, he would fucking pull this off so hard. But on Carver, it doesn't really make sense. I don't think it would have worked on any of our actual operators very well, but I think Strauss in this would have actually worked pretty well. New stuff about Double Tap, I'm not really all that interested. You can pause it and read it here if you're interested. New Gobblegums. So Tactical Diffusion disables the next nuke power-up explosion you activate and gives everyone 2,000 essence instead. That's horrible. That's genuinely terrible. Why am I gonna waste a Gobblegum to give me 2,000 essence the next time I get a nuke when I could just pop extra credit and get 2,000 essence? Actually, I think it's 1,500, but you get the point. It's very silly. I don't understand why anybody would really bother. The support group does give us a little bit more information. So the way it phrases it is it says you acquire the Arc XD, the Mangler Cannon, Sentry Gun, and Mutant Injection support items. So I wonder if it just starts you with 1 and you get to use all 4. You go through 1 and then it just gives you the next one. That would actually make that Gobblegum quite a bit better. Still not that great, but quite a bit. And then Die Pitched is zombies have high-pitched voices. Woo. I use more whimsical gums than I use anything else because I don't like using Gobblegums. They're not very good. The Death Machine works exactly how we expected. We have stuff about directed mode, team cranked, and then we get a tease for the new Frost Blast field upgrade coming later in the season. We haven't seen Frost Blast since Cold War. It was very bad in that game, so we'll see if it gets any better here. I very much doubt it'll overtake what we have. Energy Mine, Aether Shroud, Frenzied Guard, and now Dark Flare are all very good. That is what we have to look forward to. There was something Milo said about somebody working on the game said that this was going to wrap up some loose plot threads, so I think it's very important that this map delivers on that and actually proceeds the plot. I was talking about this, how I don't want it to be a filler map. This video should be going live around 1:30 Tuesday, April 1st. It's not... It's very funny to me that my first video in more than 6 months is an April Fool's video. But I promise this was real. Everything I said was real. I was gonna make a real April Fool's video, but I didn't. And then later on that night, I'll be going through, or I should say tonight, I'll be going through and getting all of the intel from every map that we've had so far. I'm not quite sure when I will be going live. Check my Blue Sky or Discord down below to see if I post when I'm going live. I'll try to let you guys know as soon as I can. The map comes out tomorrow. Tomorrow, we will know for sure whether or not it's worth sticking with this game. Godspeed, everybody. This was an additional 12 minutes to the 14 minutes I already have. Holy shit.